I really don't want to do this video because, surprisingly enough, I just want to leave Anita behind and let her die. But you guys absolutely insisted, so let's not waste any time. Anita Sarkeesian is back, but instead of doing video games, she does what Jonathan McIntosh did, essentially. Why don't you two just go back already?
Caution, super racist images ahead. Might be upsetting to people with actual human emotions or an ounce of empathy.
I love that you start your entire video telling people of how problematic your content is. Great start, Anita. Let's keep on going.
Who had me a job this morning?
I don't believe you people.
Huh? What do you mean, you people?
No, Anita. Are you serious? Tropic Thunder. Do you know why Robert Downey Jr. put a black face in that movie? If you watch that movie, there's actually a story context behind it. The character is a method actor who is so dedicated on acting he puts on a plastic surgery black mask. Even in the movie, they consider it controversial, so what are you even on?
America was founded on the physical exploitation of ethnic others, from enslaved Africans to Chinese immigrants.
Now we're living in a time where people around the world exploit America. From the faraway land of Indonesia to the power of the internet, I have milked the views of billions of unsuspecting wanderers. Take that, you filthy Americans. Someday my world domination plans would be complete.
But while their physical bodies were valuable, early American cinema was not in the habit of seeing them as fully human.
They see black people and Asians as objects? God damn you filthy Americans! God damn you Hollywood! You white supremacist, capitalist patriarchy! Through this channel, I will get you all! Our raid films have successfully brainwashed people of how awesome this country is, and it has intimidated people to not mess up with the common nations. I will take over Hollywood. Just you fucking wait.
The history of cultural appropriation and whitewashing in Western media, essentially treating other cultures like a grab bag of dollar store toys, has its roots in blackface, yellowface, or brownface.
They should treat culture respectfully. They should have a wonderful chat with culture, give a wonderful hug, ask them out for a date, welcome them to your place.
That is, white actors darkening their skin and affecting stereotypical accents and behaviors to denote some other ethnicity. Some of the most iconic examples of early American cinema feature horribly racist portrayals of black folks, Native Americans, or Asians by white actors who exist purely to highlight the supposed savage, animal-like characteristics of non-white peoples.
And we moved on, Anita. We moved on from those racist times. I'm gonna skip to you talking about ancient movies from the 1910s and talk about movies in current year.
One of the most insidious tools of white supremacy
is culturally appropriating Japanese culture by wearing a Legend of Zelda shirt in a video about movies. I'm sorry, what are you gonna say?
One of the most insidious tools of white supremacy is its insistence on whiteness as the racial default or as an ethnic empty category.
Try to make your projections to be less blatant next time.
White people manage to exist in a kind of invisible zone, where they are assumed to not have a race or ethnicity. This allows whiteness to wear the cultural, religious, or social signifiers of other ethnic communities, as if they were merely accessories to be purchased at the mall. Oh wait, they are.
Anita, as someone who came from a culturally rich region of Bali, if you do come visit here, Anita, we're gonna sell souvenirs. We are profiting off of our own culture. Horrible, I know, but we are actually doing it ourselves, and you are allowed to buy them and wear them in any fashion you want. You could even wear them in the most disrespectful way and show the world that you're an idiot. It would be easier to mock you that way.
It's no surprise that a country founded upon the exploited labor of racialized others would feel a divine right of ownership to both those bodies and their cultures.
But Anita, culture is not the same as human beings. Human beings shape culture through human interactions, way of life, and entertainment. You might not realize that we are appropriating each other's cultures daily, including you fucking racist.
Cultural difference had to be repressed, denigrated, or contained.
I agree. We should not let Zelda be famous and make millions and millions of money for Nintendo so that someone like you don't appropriate Japanese culture.
Part of this containment was accomplished by ensuring that opportunities for ethnic minorities in early cinema remained few and far.
Old example, skip.
Later, and it's no longer rare to see an actual person of color on screen, but it's also no surprise that the roles they got offered still often conform to 31 flavors of outdated, problematic archetypes. The Pan-Asian martial arts expert.
There are tons of movies from Asia that are about martial arts being imported into America. Of course, this stereotype exists. Doesn't mean that all Asians are martial arts experts, although I got a green belt in Taekwondo, and my sister, and my brother, My dad had military trainings. My cousin is a cop. Maybe the stereotype wasn't entirely inaccurate.
The inner city thug.
Inner city thugs exist, Anita. Are you saying that they don't exist?
The spicy Latina.
They also exist. Are you saying that Latinas can't be spicy?
And everyone's current favorite, the Muslim terrorist.
Keep in mind that my Muslim friends absolutely love to play as terrorists in CSGO, and they don't mind using Muslim terrorists because Muslim terrorists actually exist. Are you saying that they don't exist?
No games, Mr. Lockhart.
Come kill fishing.
Yeah, that's a scene showing a terrorist. By you saying that that role is problematic, are you saying that the role shouldn't exist? And seriously, if you just take a look at a bit in the past 5 years, the roles of Muslim terrorists have mellowed down. That's mostly because people have become more and more tolerant. Back when Modern Warfare was released, that was still an acceptable thing to do, but now, well, you have multiculturalism and people like you, so...
The really absurd thing is that it's tempting to think of even those problematic roles as a small step up, because things used to be, and sometimes still are, so much worse.
If there's one positive thing that I have to say about Prince of Persia is that it is at least slightly less boring than Assassin's Creed. And the thing is, the prince is played by Jake Gyllenhaal because it's an American production. If it was a Japanese production, it would have been played by Japanese people, regardless of whether or not it's accurate to the source material. Like how the Full Metal Alchemist movie was played by Japanese actors, even though the characters are Europeans. Or how about Attack on Titan? The only character that is close to being Japanese in that story was Mikasa. The rest are German, and yet the live-action movie has mostly Japanese people playing in the movie. Why is it a problem when America do it? Oh yeah, that's right, world domination. How can I forget? Let's exploit America together, Anita.
So it's 2017, and we moved away from many, not all, but many, of the most overt racist representations that clouded our media landscape.
But Anita, our world domination is not completed yet. We need to complain more.
Right?
Everyone around me, they feel connected to something I'm not.
I did watch Ghost in the Shell, the ScarJo one, and the original Ghost in the Shell back when I was in high school. I haven't finished Standalone Complex yet, but the Scarlett Johansson movie was... meh. It's not that great. It was eh. It certainly has a couple of interesting things here and there, but my problem with the movie is how episodic it feels. It feels like watching an episode of Standalone Complex. It should be a little bit more grand or something. Might as well watch another episode of Standalone Complex, and I heard that they're going to make a new series, which is pretty good. The visuals are nice, so I'll give it that. I don't really get why you have to put in the issue of whitewashing in ScarJo's Ghost in the Shell because it's an American production. Again, if it were produced by Japanese people, we would get Japanese actors.
You would think that the race to cast white actors in roles that call for people of color would have died a long overdue death. But no. It's still alive and kicking, and folks almost seem to be more and more insistent about keeping it afloat.
I'll stop you right there, Anita. The issue with Tilda Swinton being cast to Doctor Strange is not because racist, white supremacist, capitalist, It's because if they were about to faithfully cast a Chinese actor, that would offend Chinese people, and unfortunately, China is a huge resource in revenue for Marvel. Sucks, but you should still see the movie. It's a typical Marvel movie, but it's entertaining and fun to watch, and Tilda Swinton's character works well. Also, Doctor Strange was in 2016. Ugh.
What's so hard about, actually casting people of color in stories that are at least nominally about them?
Because you're living in America. You're in a place where most people are white.
No sense making things hard for yourself by inviting actual people of color on set who might reveal that your entire story is kind of racist. Or, super duper massively racist. A lesson learned by Adam Sandler during the making of The Ridiculous Six.
Women had names like Where's No Bra and Beaver's Breath.
We don't need to sell other people. We don't want you to sell other people. We understand, and I understand completely, but we're not going to change people.
Anita, the thing about Adam Sandler movies is that they're offensive to anybody with intelligence and decency because the movies are insanely stupid. Also, the producer is right. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
And it's not as if the explanations for whitewashing are ever new or particularly logical.
Well, this is coming from someone who throws logic off of the window, so take it with 2 tons of salt.
They essentially boil down to 3 lackluster defenses.
Oh, so you do know why they cast Tilda Swinton in Doctor Strange. How is it not logical? You want to debate, or are you just gonna slap that label illogical?
1. China won't let us.
Oh, you actually do address the argument. Anita is actually debating with the critics. Wow. Oh my god, this is good. I'm starting to feel challenged. I was bored back then, but now I'm pumped. Bring it, Anita. Bring it.
1. China won't let us, aka international audiences and funders are not as enlightened as us and won't let us cast all the wonderful actors of color we've just been dying to hire.
So you address the argument by taking the argument and make it so that you can comprehend it in your own lens. Don't get me wrong, Anita, I did that too, but I did that when the opponents have zero arguments and just whine for the sake of whining. In this case, they have an argument. They have a reason. If they cast an offensive character, the government of China will ban the movie and Marvel would lose revenue. It's just that you refuse to freaking understand it because mob progressivism. I did address this in my Doctor Strange review, which was very old, but you should check it out for further details.
The argument that audiences won't go see a film with lead actors of color is just factually untrue.
What? What? Who the fuck says that, Anita? Are you seriously interpreting that the Doctor Strange casting choice was because audiences don't want to see a Chinese actor portraying the ancient one? Are you kidding me?
Number 2, the best guy got the job, aka, of all the white guys we auditioned, this was the best white guy.
Anita didn't actually address the argument, she just strawmanned it in a ridiculous, illogical, insanely idiotic proportion that no human being would ever make it.
First of all, whether you're explicit or not with your casting calls, if you have an overwhelming amount of white talent available, it's your responsibility to widen the net.
If only you would say that to film industries from other countries. We need more white people in African film industries, probably.
Think about what these creators are actually saying, that time and time again, it just happens to be the white actors who impress them more? Is this because white actors are inherently better than actors of color? That they show more range? That they disappear into a part more?
No, it's because you're talking about Hollywood and America, where most people are white.
What is true is that these directors, producers, and showrunners, consciously or not, have defaulted back to whiteness.
Again, you're talking about Hollywood here. Finding those roles, especially good ones, can be difficult. I'm practically saying the same thing. Let's get to the last one.
And 3, my black friend is okay with it. Your black friend? Probably not okay with it.
How do you know? I have friends who play CSGO daily as the terrorist. Do you really want to speak over them?
And even though critical and commercial reactions to these epics is usually of the thanks but no thanks variety, white media creators continue to trot out the same tired hope that no one will notice that the worlds they create are full of white subjects and racialized objects.
Anita, those movies bomb because they just aren't very good. Not because of whitewashing.
But we do notice, and communities of color have always noticed and spoken up.
The snowflakes part of community of color because most non-white people who are fans of movies don't like you, Anita. They don't like you for talking over them. They don't like you for defending them. They don't like you for shitting on their favorite entertainment medium. But hey, if you jerk off to these reactions, good for you. I'm here just for the lulz.
It's gonna take more white people speaking up. So speak up.
Speak up, white people. Speak up to the minorities who will slowly but surely take over your land. Speak up, white people. Speak up over to the minorities who disagree with Anita Sarkeesian. Speak up and tell them how they're a bunch of fucking coons. Absolutely fucking keck. And by the way, thanks for the keck fan art, Ifra Steinsberg. Shadowlay. I just want to say this before we end this video. As much as I love to do more and more Anita, if she and her sidekick release videos this frequent, get it? Frequent? Freak. If she's releasing videos this freak, I should definitely tune it down. I'm not exactly the sort of person who makes fun of every article from the Mary Sue. Anita is only really good when she does videos like 1 or 2 every month. When she does one every day, I would waste much better time rewatching Tropic Thunder. Thanks for reminding me of that, by the way. That's all for the video today. If you like this, you can go ahead, click the like button, and subscribe for more. If you wish, you can support me on Patreon. And thanks for watching.